Greetings and salutations all. I'm sure many of you have seen this short clip by President Barack Obama where he mentions flat earth in passing as if to emphasize a point. When I saw this video, it just kind of made me think, I wonder if, if the president is mentioning flat earth, if there are any candidates running for president that might have made comments. And so I looked into it. Now, the comments that I found by presidential hopeful Donald Trump and Senator Ted Cruz were older comments, but I hadn't seen a video on them. I'm sure there's probably one out there with the plethora of flat earth videos, but maybe this is a good time, since it's a hot topic, to bring it back to the surface. So I googled Donald Trump and flat earth. I found this short article on Patheos, and I'll just read the beginning here. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump announced to a group of likely Republican primary voters that he knows that the earth is as flat as a pancake. Mr. Trump was eating breakfast in a very crowded diner when he reported that the Holy Spirit directed him to inform the world that his faith was so great that it made that loser Ben Carson's religious convictions small and insignificant. And this is the quotation by Donald Trump. Ben Carson is going to tell you that the pyramids were made to hold grain. That is stupid. It was a myth created in the Middle Ages by people who didn't know what they were talking about. The flat earth is biblical, so there. So that is really interesting. Also, Senator Ted Cruz had made comments. This is from the Latin Times. Oh, and that quote by Donald Trump was back in November. This is from last March, 2015. The quotation is right here at the top. Today, the global warming alarmists are the equivalent of the flat earthers, Republican presidential primary candidate Ted Cruz told the Texas Tribune. You know, it used to be, it is accepted scientific wisdom, the earth is flat, and this heretic named Galileo was branded a denier. So that was really interesting too, especially because President Obama, and I don't know if it was before or after this, but President Obama compared flat earthers to climate change deniers. And so here, Cruz has kind of flipped that and said, oh no, it's the alarmists who are flat earthers. So there you go. It's also kind of interesting here. They use this comment by Senator Cruz to kind of take a dig at the Bible. He says, well, the author of the article, when I say Cedar Atanasio, says here that, and he corrects Senator Cruz because, of course, Galileo was one who was a proponent of the heliocentric model. So here you can see Galileo was persecuted by the Catholic Church in the 1600s for his heliocentric astronomical model for contradicting a biblical error, the idea that heavenly bodies rotated around the earth. Galileo was not involved in the largely mythological debate over the flatness of the earth, another easily contradicted biblical claim. The spherical earth was accepted science well before Galileo's time. Cruz's analogy comparing himself as a persecuted Galileo was therefore historically inaccurate. Very interesting that the author, goes out of his way to say it was a mythological debate when, of course, many of us are familiar with zetetic astronomy. This was a raging debate as, recently as the late 19th century or the 1800s, in case this author would need me to break it down that way. And, yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting. And, he mentions biblical errors in here twice. So there you go. Anyway, this was just supposed to be a short video, kind of entertaining. I hope you enjoyed it, and God bless. Have a wonderful day.